Hey everybody! So it's been a few months since I've done a reading. I'm no longer pregnant. I had my baby 2 weeks ago. So I thought that I would try and do a reading today. I feel better. I feel motivated. I really just didn't feel like doing anything the last few months, to be honest. So I'm going to try and get through this one today because he's sleeping right now. So I was like, this is my opportunity. So we're going to try. So I wanted to do a reading in regards to what emotional pattern or trigger or behavior do we need to let go of. This is something that I've personally been working on for like the last week or so. One of the things that came up for me was self-loathing. And if you're not familiar with what self-loathing is, it's hatred of oneself, basically. You don't feel good enough. You were either like maybe shamed as a child, invalidated, maybe you're a people pleaser, whatever. There's a lot that ties into self-loathing. So that was one of mine for me was, needing to release that emotional trigger because it puts me in this spiral of hatred and anger. And honestly, somebody who's lived that way for a very long time, it just hasn't gotten me anywhere except for in, the same cycles over and over and over and over again. So I've been allowing myself to release it, by doing movement, because movement was one of the big things for me. When you move your body, you're able to release that stagnant energy that's within you. So I've been doing like Reiki. I started doing yoga again. I haven't done yoga since before I got pregnant. Dancing, EFT tapping, which is tapping on certain meridian points on the body. And then I haven't done the somatic healing, but I am going to start getting back into it. I'm trying to do things one by one so I don't overwhelm myself and then just not do it again. But somatic healing, it's a way to allow yourself to ground, back into the present moment. So I wanted to see what the collective, what emotional trigger is it that you guys need to release. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get into it. And we are going to be using the Dark Night of the Soul Tarot. This is by Mystic Moon. All right, so what emotional trigger, what emotional wound is the collective ready to let go of? Okay, so we have the Wheel, which is misfortune. And then at the bottom is Justice, which is corruption. Whew. Okay. So I keep hearing, I keep experiencing, bad luck is basically, this energy that I'm picking up on, right? Now, a lot of the times, what a lot of people don't realize is that what we see on the outside, right? A lot of the times, it's what we're feeling deeply within ourselves. Now, that may be that may be hard for people to grasp the concept of, because it's why, I'm miserable. Why would I, want to experience that or whatever? But the thing is that the way this world works is everything is going to be a mirror to yourself, right? It's going to show you something about yourself, whether you want to be aware of it or not. It's going to show you something about you. And a lot of the times, misery loves company, okay? Misery loves misery as well. So instead of seeing it as a misfortune, right, there's an opportunity here to really change your perspective, to really look deeper at something. I know a lot of people are probably tired of needing to look at something deep. I don't know if it's just me. I love it. I have my moon in Scorpio, so I don't know if that plays a part in it. For me, I like to go deeper because I've realized that, you know, it helps me look at myself with more clarity and the world around me with more clarity. And so, again, you know, there's this opportunity of being able to look at this misfortune as a gift, you know, a gift of allowing yourself to heal something. With this Justice card at the bottom, the corruption, I'm picking up on this energy of, again, it's almost like we do it to ourselves. Like we corrupt our own life, right? I just keep getting that. Like we keep doing something to ourselves over and over and over again. Okay. And again, we see it as bad luck. But it's you're corrupting your own life. Okay. That's why there's this imbalance here. That's why we, you know, we feel like we're not seeing any sort of justice, any sort of fairness or balance, because you keep playing some sort of part in this. So let's see what else we get. What else can you tell me about this misfortune and this corruption? You know what they're showing me is, you know how like when people go to like the casino and they play the games over and over and over again in you know, in hopes that they win something, but they don't win, and then they get mad because they wasted all their money, you know, on playing the machines, but you did it to yourself, right? You did it to yourself, so then you think, oh, I have bad luck, whatever the case may be. But I mean, you can't be mad at the machine. You're the one that is allowing yourself to be involved in these games. Ooh, I like that. Okay. And then we got the Two of Decay, which is wavering. So again, you're creating this for yourself. You are the one that is, you're the one that's creating this for you. You're the one that's creating this misfortune for yourself. Okay? It's not anybody else. It's you. I need to get a drink. I'm trying to keep my ears open in case he starts crying. So, what is it that you're creating for yourself? What is something that you're experiencing over and over again? You know, maybe you see yourself in a cycle. You know, for example, maybe you keep dating the same kind of people, right? Different body, but same energy. But what is it within yourself, like, that is attracted to this? Why do you keep attracting the same kind of energy over and over and over again? What is it about yourself? Again, I'm very big on this. A lot of the times we like to blame the outside world for what happens to us. And it's not to say that maybe, you know, it's not to say that you didn't experience something that made you, you know, start to attract things like this, because a lot of the times that's what trauma is, right? We experience something and it just plays out over and over and over again. But we kind of have to start taking accountability for our lives, especially, you know, when we're adults and stuff, and realizing like, okay, you know, what am I doing? What is it within me that I haven't let go of yet, right? Because again, the world's going to show you the things that you have not let go of. But again, you are doing this to yourself. You are causing your own pain. You are causing your own misery. And again, you know, my readings are not going to be for everybody, because everybody is not ready to take accountability, and that is completely fine. But for those of you guys who are, I really want you to think about that, okay? What are you recreating in your life? So let's see what else we can get. What else can you tell me? Okay. Holy shit. All these cards fell. But the one that came out was the Chariot. Okay, barricade. Again, you're not allowing yourself to move forward. You're keeping yourself stuck, okay? I'm seeing like this, I don't know why they're showing me, and I don't even know like the rules of chess, but they're showing me like the board, okay? For some reason, I don't know. Isn't it like you can only make like certain movements or something like that? I really don't know, but they're showing me the game of chess, okay? So it's like you're limiting yourself. When all these cards fell, these were the cards that all fell. And this is what was at the bottom of the deck, was the Four of Decay, which is prisoner. Okay, so again, you're imprisoning yourself some way, shape, or form. How are you not allowing yourself to move forward? Why do you keep allowing yourself to stay stuck, to stay stagnant? We have the Six of Sorrow, which is lost in time, okay? So there's something here from the past that keeps replaying. So maybe like, let's say, for example, you and somebody get into an argument, right? And this person is just being very cruel and brutal with you. A lot of the times we take that personally, right? But a lot of the times people are reacting from the past. A lot of the times it doesn't even have anything to do with you, but there was something that was triggered within that person, and now they're taking it out on you. So you may be doing something like this as well. You may be getting triggered by people and taking it out on them and not realizing that you're reacting from something that has happened to you in the past. So you're still stuck in the past, okay? You're still viewing things from the past. So I want to see what shadow is keeping us in the past. What shadow is keeping the collective in the past? So we have the High Priestess, which is wicked ways. I'm hearing for some of you guys may be very mouthy, okay? Just, maybe like when you're angry, you say things that can be very cruel and very mean. And it's a form of protection, okay? I get it. I've been that person. I've done it too. Just did it about a week ago. Not perfect either. But you may try to hurt people intentionally, okay? You may be somebody who's very vindictive. You may be somebody who likes to get revenge. For some of you guys, anger fuels you, okay? So it fuels you to, react and behave in this way. It's almost like you have like some sort of hidden agenda. But again, you guys know how to use your words, like very manipulative energy, okay? Like, you know how to use your words to get what you want. You know how to use your words to hurt people. I'm seeing like somebody bowing down to somebody. So you guys know how to use your words to get people to, like, in a sense, bow down to you, okay? Wow. So let's see, what is some advice? Let me shuffle these because, oops. What is some advice from Spirit, Source, Universe, whatever you want to call it? What is some advice in regards to this shadow energy, this emotional behavior that is ready to be let go of, that is ready to be released? I really don't want to take that. For some of you guys need to create better boundaries, okay? That may be another reason why you guys, take things very personally, is because your boundaries aren't as strong. So there's something here that you guys need to create a stronger foundation for yourself, because that's what we got, is a firm foundation. And I'm looking at this triangle at the bottom. That would be like the root chakra, okay? The root chakra is where we keep a lot of our fear at, okay? A lot of anger, a lot of hate, Also in the sacral chakra as well. But what I'm feeling is that you guys aren't very firm in your boundaries, okay? Or maybe you don't even know how to set boundaries. One thing that I've learned, and I used to do this and I still do it too sometimes, is let's say, for example, somebody is calling you names, right? And you're like, you need to stop calling me names. And, that's it. A lot of people think that's a boundary, but that's not a boundary. That you're just telling somebody something. But if you're like, if you continue to call me names, we're going to have this conversation, later on. Or if you continue to call me names, I'm going to, exit this conversation and I'm not going to come back to it. And basically remove yourself from the entire situation, especially if it's something that, keeps happening over and over again, or maybe the person reacts in a negative way. That's an actual boundary, is standing firm within that, right? Not just telling somebody that they need to stop, because that's not a boundary. So just creating stronger boundaries within yourself and stronger boundaries within other people, and not being fearful of setting those boundaries. A lot of times, if we're new to setting boundaries, we feel really guilty, right? That's okay. Allow for that emotion to be there with you. Don't let it scare you off just because you feel guilty. So a lot of times it's just saying that you're not used to doing it, and that's okay. Because we also have stand your ground, So again, back to those boundaries. Stand in your power. Don't back down. Don't let people put fear into you. Don't let people belittle you. Okay? But again, look at how you're creating these situations in your life. What do you need to change about yourself? What do you need to work on? What do you need to let go of? Again, we got the wicked ways, okay? So, not being vindictive, not trying to get revenge just because somebody hurt you or did you wrong or said something you didn't like. That's where you need to change. Because the more you fight hate with hate, anger with anger, it's not going to get us anywhere, right? It may feel good in that moment, but does it really get us anywhere, or does it just keep us in the past? Does it, it doesn't get us anywhere. That's something that I've been learning as well. You can gracefully communicate something with somebody. And again, if they don't respect it, you are in control of your life. You can either walk away or you can keep dealing with the disrespect. It's entirely up to you. We're just afraid of, maybe losing people, or, we're afraid of speaking our minds for whatever reason. But how much longer are you going to allow yourself to keep repeating these cycles? So what is something that the viewer can do to help themselves start to get out of this cycle? Oh, shit. Okay, what is something that the viewer can do to help themselves get out of this vicious cycle? The Knight of Pentacles, steady progress, and then the Eight of Wands, which is energy surge and communication. So again, just taking those steps, right? Finding the strength within yourself to keep moving forward, okay? Finding the strength within yourself to keep making these steps. It's not going to be something that happens like that. It is going to be steady progress. As long as you're doing something every single day. Let's say somebody tries to challenge you today. There's an opportunity for you to react differently, or it's an opportunity for you to react the same way. The choice is yours. And sometimes, it may take us a few times to react differently, and that's okay. I think the most important thing is, if you do end up reacting the same way, don't be mad at yourself, okay? Bring in compassion, bring in love, bring in grace. Because again, it's the same thing. you fight hate with hate towards yourself, you're never going to get anywhere. You're going to keep being in this cycle over and over and over again. And in order to find love and grace and compassion for another person, you have to do that within yourself first, okay? And then with this Eight of Wands, energy, surge, and communication, to me, what I'm feeling is that once you start making these steps, or once you start taking these steps, right? Once you start making progress, you're going to see that things start to speed up more and more and more, because you're going to be more in your power, more in your strength, okay? You're going to be able to move through this with less and less fear. That's beautiful. I really love that. So let's see what else the cards have to say. What is some more advice or some guidance? What is some guidance? And learn how to say no, okay? Be okay with saying no. Listen to your body. What is your body telling you to do? Again, that people-pleasing tendency, you guys may deal with that a lot as well. Learn to say no. Be okay with saying no. If it doesn't feel right with your body, don't do it. The body knows best, okay? And then we have answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? And then we also have keepers of the earth. You're not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. So doing this kind of work can feel very lonely, okay? Especially in the physical world, because not everybody's going to want to do this work. Not everybody's going to want to be around you either when you're doing this work, because a lot of people just aren't ready to face themselves, and that's okay, right? Let's not judge people. But you know, you can put space between you and those kind of people, boundaries. Again, remember, if you're somebody who believes in the spiritual world and energies, don't be afraid to call out on whatever it is that you believe in. For instance, I work with different like deities. Sometimes I work with the archangels. Sometimes I'll work with like Lord Ganesha. Sometimes I work with Santa Muerte. Sometimes I work with like whatever wants to come through for me. It's different, but those are mainly the three things that I work with. But whatever you believe in, whether it's just God, whatever it is, okay, or whoever, just make sure, you know, that when you're trying to establish a connection with the spiritual world, just make sure that you're grounded, make sure you're in your body, and make sure you feel safe in your body, okay? But you're not alone when you're doing this work, though it may feel like it physically. You're not. And answer the call. This is just telling me, you know, it's time. It's time to answer what your soul has been wanting you to do. And like I said, it's just allowing yourself to slowly let this go. It's not going to happen overnight. It may not even happen in a week. It may not happen in a month, okay? But the more you put into it, the more work that you do every single day, okay? Maybe it's just, you know, learning to connect with your body. Maybe it's learning how to, you know, listen to your intuition. Maybe it's learning how to place boundaries. Whatever it is, do something every single day. Because also as human beings, we like the instant gratification. We want it now. And this is a reminder to be patient, okay? Especially if we want things to last. So I'm going to use this deck, and I'm going to end the reading here. Let's see. Let's get one more card. I really didn't. Okay. We have the dream, hope, faith, and surrender. The power of the dream resides in the act of dreaming. Allow yourself the freedom to aspire, for you are worth your best efforts regardless of the outcome. Take time to dream what you may and have faith that it is good. So, again, what is it that you are wanting to achieve from this, okay? This has to be genuine. We want to be authentic, you know, when we're doing this kind of work. We don't want to do it from the ego. A lot of the times too, a lot of people can get caught up in, you know, spiritual ego as well. I've been there. It's not fun because sometimes you just feel like you're entitled and you feel like you're better than everybody because you're doing the work, right? But you're not really doing the work if you're feeling that way. So, you know, really sit with yourself and ask yourself, what do you want from this? And again, just make sure that your intentions are from the heart and not from a fear-based story, okay? So that's all that I have for you guys. I hope this reading wasn't really all over the place. Kind of felt like it was in a sense. But that's okay. But yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely day, and I hope you guys do something that makes you happy. And please remember, steady progress, okay? Take it day by day. Don't try to rush yourself. Even if you only do something once a day, that's fine. Because then you're going to allow yourself the space to want to do it more and more and more. And it may be scary at first, okay? But something that I've learned is that I start to enjoy this kind of work the more that I do it, because I get to learn more about myself, but I also get to free up this pent-up energy that I've had within myself. So yeah, that's all I have. So have a good day.